So Universal sent me an email.
The entire queue has been set up. Look at it.
So here is the USHER's artifact.
You can see another rat here slurping up the BuzzCon goodness. So you got the pale girl.
Okay guys, we're back at Universal Studios Florida. It is time for another Halloween Horror Nights 2025 update. This is a massive one. We're gonna be showing off the HHN USHER artifact. We have a massive announcement for you guys. Construction update. We're only like 4 days away from opening night of Halloween Horror Nights 34. So on that note, it is time to talk about the Halloween Horror Nights shirt of the day. We're gonna go back to 2000. This is gonna be the reprint version of that shirt with Jack the Clown. So on that note, let's roll the classic commercial.
Not afraid of the dark? You don't know Jack. UPN 33, AT&T, and Universal Orlando want to send you to meet Jack and his army of demented clowns at Universal Studios Halloween Horror Nights 10. It's all new this year with more gore than ever before. Watch UPN 33 Saturday movies for your chance to win a weekend of terror at Halloween Horror Nights 10, brought to you by AT&T. Florida residents save $10 in advance at Ticketmaster and Spencer Gifts with a coupon from Taco Bell or a specially marked 2-liter Coca-Cola label. Universal Studios all-new Halloween Horror Nights 10 with UPN 33.
Okay, welcome back. We're gonna be unveiling, again, the artifact a little later in the video because we hit the 78,000 subscriber mark and we are almost halfway now to the 80,000 subscriber mark, which we will unveil another artifact. If you didn't know, we are so close to kind of like dethroning the official HHN YouTube channel. Half of you guys currently are not subscribed who watch the videos. We have a little challenge now. If we hit 76,000, we're gonna have a reward to show you guys, 78,000 and then 80,000. So I own one of the largest HHN collections in the world. So I'm gonna reveal like a jaw-dropping artifact to you guys, every single one of those tiers that we hit. Like, your mind is gonna be blown. I promise it'll be worth the wait, but we got this. Okay, on that note, let's head in.
Now we are a couple days away and the medallion has not appeared yet, and then none of the IP house posters have appeared underneath the little mini archway. So maybe tonight they'll install those. They've installed a new poster here, Halloween Horror Nights, Never Go Alone. They've added a little bit more texture to everything. They added those little flowers up there, and then also at the bottom of the gargoyle, and also over here they've added it around the gargoyle, kind of layering the different textures with the vines, the twigs, the flowers to make it blend in so it looks like it's been here for a very, very long time.
At the base of the truss, we got the mystery box, but then also little Jesus has appeared there in the corner. So they put a little Jesus right there. He's been painted over though, but he's hiding right there.
Feels just like yesterday we were talking about when a new light would pop up and now team members will be walking through. I believe team member previews is tomorrow. Oh, there's Scooby. Oh, Scooby's got some Scooby snacks right there. Scooby's running.
Scoop, give me one!
All right, let's see if there's anything new inside Five and Dime. Oh, I haven't seen this fan yet. $20. Halloween Horror Nights got the blood and all the gargoyles all over it. $40. We got two different watch straps. Now we showed off the little Boo one, I believe, a couple days ago, but then there's a Terrifier one inside Five and Dime. No more details have been added, so it looks like it's done and ready to go. All the cars have been removed by Mel's for all the zombies running around. And this truss work has appeared over here. We also have a new piece of merch I haven't seen yet. $45 for this shirt. It's got all the nasty milkshakes and hamburgers and jukeboxes on it. $22 for some sticky notes and a little notepad, right, to take orders for Mel's die-in. So they have merchandise at the little carts outside Mel's. So the light design for the carts looks like it's going to be pink and blue to kind of represent the neon on top of Mel's. They've changed the lights around the cart. The sign has gone up for the HHN bar. They've also added some lights for the directional signs, and then also we can see the cords right down there. There's also another little mini truss work that appeared right there. All right, let's come over here and talk about some stuff real quick.
So Universal sent me an email a couple days ago, and it was the confirmation email for the HHN Orlando media event. Guys, it's happening. We're gonna be there. We're gonna be able to film inside the houses. I cannot wait to document it, right, for like future generations to watch and for creative, you know, to see how their, you know, masterpiece looks on video, and then for the characters to kind of have that little moment to show their, you know, their friends and family, you know, what they're doing inside those houses. I'm just kind of honored to be able to cover the event. Getting that email, I was like pretty emotional about it because, like, you guys know how much I love HHN and how much, you know, it kind of means to me to kind of like film the houses, because you can only film the houses if you're part of the HHN media event. Standard guests cannot film the houses. So it happened. I'm still speechless. Thank you so much to our Gordon Savior and all the spooky higher-ups for inviting me. It means a lot. I'm gonna make everyone proud by, you know, covering everything. We will have a walkthrough video for you guys.
It looks like they've changed the lights for Cafe La Bamba. They've also changed it to the blue light bulb. So we're gonna have that blue accent throughout the entire park. You can see the culinary team's practicing making the HHN food. We did get a look at how some of the houses look inside.
So here's a look at the Wyatt 6 porch scene. Then we get a better shot of how the vault looks in Fallout. This is not from the game. This is actually from within inside the house. And then here's gonna be the entrance to Five Nights at Freddy's. And then the same little light up welcome sign. It looks straight out of the film. Then we get a better look at El Artista. So we can see here's one of the paintings. This looks like the facade you're gonna enter into. But if you look at the railing on the porch, it looks eerily similar.
You can kind of see the same design for the facade for El Artista. So this is gonna be probably an El Artista themed food booth. The registers are being set up right now. All right, so there's still a couple trees that still need to be hooked up. Most of the pumpkins are hooked up, but there's a couple trees that still need to be plugged in. We did get a fog machine that was added right here as part of the second page. And then we also have, if you look back here, all these boxes are back here now. So many wires for this little scare zone. We got the lights up here on the truss work, and then also lights on this truss work. So that's what was gonna be mounted in here. But it's a spot for them to put the truss in so it doesn't fall over.
Because last year there was like this really bad storm and like the truss like fell. So now that we all have the permanent truss work here,
they've added lights to all the truss. So this stuff is not going anywhere. So back here again, we got 2 lights and then a speaker. And then also when you're first coming in to the scare zone, 2 lights with a speaker. Come around here, you're gonna see the fog machine set up and hidden. And then over here by page 1, we're gonna have another fog machine. All right, let's see if there's anything new. The vines are truly overgrowing this entire area now because they're real vines. So again, over the course of the whole season, it's just gonna keep growing. But I'm not seeing too much added. All right, a couple little elements popped up here. So this is where the grave was. So now they have flowers by the grave, and then the grave has actually been covered up. Another little collar right there. Something's gonna be happening there because it's covered up. Yeah, all the vines are just slowly growing over the entire building. We got the truss work here with the lights. All right, no menus yet, but you can see the team members are training right now on how to cook the food and serve it.
So we might not know what's gonna be served here for HHN Orlando, but we do know what's gonna be served in Hollywood. So let's do the whole little rundown about all the specialty food going to Hollywood. Okay, so this is the first look at the new food and drinks coming to Universal's Halloween Horror Nights in Hollywood. So for the Fallout menu, we're gonna have the Radaway. It's gonna be a chipotle, pineapple, and brown sugar lemonade. Then there's gonna be the loaded cram fries with a crispy chili glazed spam. Then you're gonna have the Quantum Fizz blue Sprite. Then there's gonna be the Gulper Stew clam chowder. Then for the Jason Universe menu, you're gonna have the Jason S'mores, then the Pam's Punch, Angry Orchard Crisp Apple, White Rum, Black Cherry Syrup, and Lemon Juice. Then you're gonna have the Crystal Lake Campfire Dog 22 inches. Then for the Slash Bar, we're gonna have the Slash Top Hat. It's gonna be a Vanilla Bean Sponge Cake. Then there's gonna be the Slash's Snake Pit Drink, a Raspberry Ginger Coca-Cola. Then for the Terrifier menu, the Arts Delight Vodka Lemonade, Vanilla Syrup, Lemon Juice, served with whipped cream and strawberry drizzled marshmallow. Then the Sunflower Glasses, a lemon raspberry cookie sandwich. We're gonna try most of it while we're there. Not gonna do that hot dog. The crones in that hot dog would be a disastrous experience.
And over here by the food truck, I didn't notice this until I was editing the last video. Here's gonna be the battery pack, but if you look at the brand, BuzzCon batteries. So as you know, BuzzCon was part of Bugs Eaten Alive, part of Slaughter Cinema. Now it's a part of the Toxic 20s, and now we have the batteries right here. So we get a little BuzzCon Easter egg. The figures have been removed. They always remove them during HHN. They don't want drunk people kind of climbing all over them, but they kind of put out these. They're like little tables so you can eat at them. There's 4 spots where the police car used to be, which has now been removed. It'll return after HHN. Now over here is going to be the Hatch and Chains wait time sign, but they've added wires. They've added some cords. So we got the boxes down there. The cords are running through here. The cord is running along the fence line. Let's just follow the entire fence line and see where it goes. All right, so that one cord is going along the entire fence line. If you look down here, the cord is gonna be running against here. And then it goes down there and continues through the Simpsons queue. The bridge has been opened, finally. It's finally returned. It took a while, but are the Amity bathrooms open yet? That's the real question. All right, so if you remember like a month ago, we found the power box behind there, but now the power box in the bushes is running all the electrical to these food booths. You thought we were done with the cord updates? No, you can never have too many cord updates. It's continuing around the Want to Fanta bar. So some of the cords go here, other cords go this way, then they go underneath the bridge. But where do they pop up? You're probably wondering. They pop up right over here. So the cords pop up from underneath the bridge and they continue to this food booth for Jason Universe. Team members are all training on how to make the food and how to serve it. It smells so good right now. Now, normally the Nightmare Fuel banner would be set up by now, but it's not up yet. They did add the themed coverings. I do like that. It says Halloween Horror Nights, but the queue has now been set up for Nightmare Fuel. It's gonna be a busy, busy year. Now, yesterday we saw these lights pop up, but now they've added this pipe. So they're gonna run like a banner or something from the top to the bottom for the pipe. So maybe they'll have the Nightmare Fuel show times right there. Also, the electrical has been set up here for the Fallout wait time sign. And it kind of goes back there and then loops around. Then the same thing over here on this truss work. It looks like they're gonna have a banner that'll be put right there. All right, the Amity bathrooms are still not reopened yet. I feel like at this point they need like a ribbon cutting ceremony for the grand opening because it has been closed for so long. It still says, pardon our dust, restrooms closed. They're gonna have a water fountain and a water bottle refill station, and then also a handicap or family restroom in the center. So hopefully by the opening of HHN, it's opened. More cords to follow. Okay, let's go around and see where this goes. We're on the other side now. There's the fog machine. Here's the start of the cord. So it's going along the bushes. So we're gonna loop around the bushes. It's looping around here. Where's it going? Where's it going? Okay, so the fog machine cord loops around here, underneath here, and then it looks like it goes into the building right here. Terrifier house, you're gonna get drenched. So one of my buddies got to do a tour with John, and this is what he had to say. You walked through the Terrifier house today.
I did.
How much water is in it?
It's every room, every single room.
Yay.
Yeah.
Is it just a shot or above? What's going on with the water?
It's a shot, and then at the very end, it's from above.
Halloween Horror Nights merch has appeared at this gift shop. Pretty much all the gift shops now have HHN merch. All right, we're over in Club Horror now. This has all been covered up. Nothing new with the bar, but we got some cord updates. All right, so we got the truss work, all the power. Now the power is going through here, and it's gonna be connected to Fast and the Furious. Let's see where it goes. You're gonna think it goes into that outlet, but it doesn't. It goes up higher. All right, so the wire is going all the way up this pole. Then if you look, there's a little pipe. The power cord goes into that pipe. What the heck just happened? Chief Brody's car is gone. It was there. Chief Brody's car was right there when it was raining yesterday. Now it's gone. Now it looks like over by Bruce, the Amity boat has been removed, but the massive Kern Studios pumpkins are now here outside the candy shop. So maybe they did an overlay of inside the candy shop. Let's go see. All right, it's like a little shack. It's all kind of like Little Boo themed. They're promoting the shirt, the pants, even on the freezer over here, they got Little Boo and all these kind of grotesque pumpkins up there. And they've also brought all the Halloween Horror Nights merch inside here. But again, all the little pumpkins are up there on top of the displays. Even over here, some more little pumpkins. I haven't seen this shirt yet. This is the back of the shirt, $70. So you have that gargoyle design. And then on the front, it'll be a button up with a pocket. It'll say Halloween Horror Nights, and it's gonna be 65% polyester, 35% cotton. All these pumpkins appeared. All their little pumpkin vines are hanging from up there, but the entire top has now been decorated with a Little Boo overlay. And we come over here, Little Boo right there. Again, we need actual Little Boo inside the event this year. They're putting him on merch, but we want to see him, so I hope he appears. Just a slight overlay that they did inside the candy shop with Little Boo. All right, let's see if there's been any changes inside Louie's for the rumored Five Nights at Freddy's overlay in here. It looks about the exact same. They moved a couple props. Louie's been removed, you know, like the Italian chef guy who's normally here. He's gone. He used to stand right there. So that's been moved. All right, so back here, the bathrooms over here, these signs have appeared. It looks like maybe the car might have ran through them. Something's going on. It says rat something, a new product of BuzzCon, but something has scorched this section. Something happened. Then there's another section of the sign right here, but this has the chemicals all over it. All right, here's the other side of it. Rat poison right there. But these will connect together and then make the one big billboard. But it is kind of funny. They gave the little rat a little BuzzCon bow tie as their little mascot. So when it's time, they'll take like a forklift, stick it in there, and they can move this prop piece out for when HHN starts. All right, so there's curtains here now for the boo hole. We got the chewing gum, little Cary, Ohio right there. Nothing bad ever comes from Cary. But then the newspapers have now been turned into this kind of boo hole covering. And the same thing over here. So forklift will probably go in there, pick this piece up, and put it in the center of the scare zone. On this side, they also added another newspaper covering for the boo hole. The crates have moved a little bit over here in the alleyway for the tribute store. There's a new sign. Shipping and deliveries, ring bell for entry. We do see the electrical cables now running into the window there, but there's nothing on the truss work. You can also see the cords over here running to the speakeasy from that window, and it goes all the way over there and then goes into the little set piece. You can see another rat here slurping up the BuzzCon goodness. Pop into Sahara Traders, see what changes they've made. So again, they've been moving around all the props inside the Mummy gift shop for the tribute store, but projectors have appeared everywhere, and then also the props above the register are now missing. Now the posters have all changed that are hanging above where you can pick up your ride photo. So when the tribute store opens, that's when we'll do a deep dive into all these little Easter eggs, because this is technically part of the tribute store. Pardon our dust and appearance while we add a new exhibit for you to enjoy. So there's all these cases that are all covered up that they will unveil when the tribute store opens, but there's a lot of great Easter eggs I can't wait to go over. Artifacts may be dangerous or cursed. Use caution. Tribute store will be in the arcade and then also continue into the entire Mummy gift shop. $18 for this little Art the Clown keychain. I thought this would be a little shoulder pal, but it's just a little keychain. So this massive skeleton has appeared. This is also from Poseidon's. There's like 2 of these in Poseidon's Fury. There's also projectors everywhere. So this projector is gonna shine over there on the banners. Then you got a projector that's gonna be shining on the ground right there. Another one that'll be shining on this wall, and then 2 more projectors right there. I see 5 projectors. There's 4 here, and then there's 1 projector over there. At the register, there's a bunch of Easter eggs here. Again, we'll wait for the tribute store video to go over all the Easter eggs, but there's a ton of stuff here. And then also over here. Over here on the stage, they've added the fog machine over here. It's a little different because they're running the tube into the set. So I think the tube is gonna go to right here, and then the fog will pop up from right there. So over here we got another little Easter egg. We got the Barmy Bank. Now if you remember Triplets of Terror, fun little another Triplets Easter egg that's appeared. Will this one be removed like the bat from the other scare zone? Hopefully not. But there's a Triplets Easter egg. And we get a better shot of how the victim looks. Now they're all covered up, but we can see a hat right there with some flowers next to them. They've added some more stuff to the Want the Phantom bar here in the Transformers extended queue, but they were also testing the Terrifier food. The entire queue has been set up. Look at it. It's finally here. The rows that just go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So it's all been set up. They do have the coverage on top of here. We're gonna see long, long lines this year. So over here is gonna be where the wait times are, but now we have a directional banner of which houses are gonna be this way. So you're gonna enter this way to go to Five Nights at Freddy's, WWE, The Horrors of Wyatt 6, Grave of Flesh, and Terrifier. So you're gonna go this way, I'm guessing, then get looped into a sound stage to get into the houses. But that's where the directional sign is pointing, this way. Now they have a new store display that's popped up here in the main gift shop. We can see the vines coming from the ceiling. We're gonna have the portrait of the gargoyle right there. There's gonna be an urn. I love this little gargoyle, little tear dog looking guy. And we have this horrifying portrait, right? This is kind of representing El Artista. The artist is painting this terrifying portrait. The mirrors, the stained glass. Then on this side, continuing the vine work and twig work. There's another broken stained glass over here. And then also another stained glass over there. There's also another little gargoyle hiding in the crate. Even down here, the fireplace is lit up. Five Nights at Freddy's has also taken over this area. We haven't seen the sign yet. Freddy Fazbear's Pizza Place. You're looking at $35 for that sign. We have the art print. So $20 for the Five Nights at Freddy's art print. They got a massive display of Freddy right there, and then the rest of the animatronics. So they've transformed this area into another kind of mini Halloween Horror Nights store. You have a bunch of the Dark Universal Monsters cosplay items here. The popcorn bucket. You're gonna have the sign there, Five Nights at Freddy's, with all the Freddy's merch. Here's gonna be the Fallout section. There's some merch we haven't seen before. $35 for this sign. It has like a 3D design to it. Safety first in case of emergency. Break glass. Remember, a safe vault is a happy vault supplied by Vault Tech. $12 for new magnet. $20 for the art print. And there's also a coaster set. $36 for the coaster set. Comes with 4 assorted coasters. $8 for the sticker set. $35 for a Vault Tech hat. On the back it'll say Fallout. And they also have a Wyatt 6 section, not as big as the other sections, but they have a new little button set that we haven't seen yet. So $12 for a little button set. Over here this all looks like the same merchandise we've seen, but you got the Pale Girl art right there, and then Art's bloody sunglasses. So you can pick up merch in pretty much every shop now for Halloween Horror Nights.
Okay, so before we go back to the office and show off the artifact, go to Citywalk, see if there's any new merchandise, and then we'll go back to the office and show off the cool piece.
All right, let's go see how the Dead Coconut Club looks now. We got truss work with some lights. They've added all these spooky pumpkins along the railing. They've added some more pumpkins right there. They got the lettering and the sign out here. They also have some kegs. It looks like all the witches are turning up. All the pumpkins popped up overnight, and then even over here, the pumpkins have appeared. All right, let's pop in the Universal Studios store here at Citywalk, see if there's any new HHN merch that got added. Nice button-up shirt. It's nice and embroidered. Halloween Horror Nights 2025. So on the back, it's going to be to promote Mel's Dying. We are dying to serve you. Good news for all the Floridians. It's 100% cotton, so you can actually wear it. You're not going to sweat to death because it's not polyester. $12 for the sticker sheet, right? So you got the cat, the origins of horror, you got the gargoyle. Then you're going to have one of the vampires, one of the crows, and then one of the gangsters. $20 for these art prints. So you can get a print of the stained glass design with all the IPs on it. And then over here, they also have the Wyatt 6 print. $22 for the light up Little Boo headband. $10 for the rock crystal candy for Five Nights at Freddy's. $37, we're gonna have the blacklight reactive Hello Kitty shirt. The Bride of Frankenstein. There's all the little Hello Kitty's friends right there. $27, the Bride of Frankenstein, Universal Studios. The same design that's on the shirt. $20 for this reversible plush, so it'll look like this, and you reverse it, and it'll be the same little character but with a little witch hat. $25 for a Hello Kitty bracelet set. $22 for a hair clip set. $25 for this mini pin set of Hello Kitty. $30 for this Hello Kitty earring set. $35 for this either vinyl or ceramic figure of Hello Kitty dressed up as the Mummy. $12 for this Happy Halloween Hello Kitty and Friends magnet. $33 for another Hello Kitty short sleeve shirt with that design. And then $85 for the spirit jersey. It's official spirit jersey. It does glow in the dark. Happy Halloween. And you got Hello Kitty and all the little friends right there. Let's see what's on the front. On the front, it'll say Hello Kitty and Friends, and then have that little character dressed up as a bat. So I don't remember ever seeing this little shot glass mug of Homer, but on the back, not so hot shot.
Okay, it's time. Back to the office we go. Okay guys, we're back in the office, so now let's reveal the artifact. So if you guys missed the 76,000 subscriber artifact, that was the director's actual camera. This is the camera that was used in all the print media, all the merchandise. This is the director's actual camera. So I wanted to show you guys something a little different. I wanted to show you guys a media kit, or a media gift. Back in the day, Universal really used to go hard with kind of these press media kits that they would send out to different people to kind of help promote the event. Now, because of social media, they don't really need to send out these elaborate gifts, but these things are pretty much impossible to find now. There's very few that remain, and if they do remain, they're in private collectors' hands. This media kit is like considered one of the grails. Very hard to find. It took me a very long time to track down because it's for the Usher. Usher's my favorite icon, so it was always a mission of mine to track down this media gift. So here is the Usher's artifact. It's a cardboard box. There's a little more to it. So we got the Universal Palace Theater right there. That was the kind of big branding behind, you know, the Usher that year with the movie theater. So there was a popcorn box given with the media gift. It was covered with a bloody handprint. It's just kind of distressed and really gnarly. And you're probably thinking, Kevin, you wouldn't still have the original popcorn. I do. I have the original popcorn. Inside the bloodied popcorn, there were long strings of hair because it was to help promote the Wolfman that was going to be as a house that year. And then you were given this bloody notepad. Now these were all made by hand. That's why there's very few of them. All the media kits were pretty much made by hand back in the day. So on the front, right, it says Halloween Horror Nights, Universal Orlando, and it's got the card right there. So when you switch it on the other side, it'll have a ticket. It'll say Universal Palace Theater, triple feature, Saw, The Wolfman, and Chucky, admit one at 6:30. So this was your kind of ticket into the media event. So then you open up the notepad and it kind of starts to give you a rundown of the backstory. So it says Universal Palace Theater. It operated from the 1920s until 1940s. The Usher. Creepy, stalking, lurking in the corners. So here we get a look of the Palace Theater on this Polaroid with blood all over it. So then we start to get the backstory behind it. So it says unexplained tragedies at theater. Severed finger in concession stand. Mutilated dolls and toys in Lost and Found. Decomposing corpse in roof access hallway. Bodies hanging behind the screens. Must find out what happens. So here's gonna be kind of the image of those hanging bodies. And then we're gonna go to the next paper. So it says Universal Orlando Resort, HHN 19, ripped from the silver screen. Universal Palace Theater is gonna be Saw, Chucky, Wolfman, movies come to life. So you're gonna get 3 different Polaroids. You're gonna get one of Chucky, then you're gonna get one of the Wolfman, and then one of Billy from Saw. And then it says September 25th, 2009 HHN media event must be there at 6:30. So that's all that's inside the notepad, but there's more. So these media kits would kind of like build up the hype and the backstory. So then we have this. So it's gonna be a little tape recorder. There's a tape on it that plays audio.
Universal's Palace Theater for a special screening. Sweet. I did a web search and I found the theater is linked to Halloween Horror Nights for this year's event, but I can get a sneak peek. September 6th. I've been speaking with the reps at Universal Orlando and I'm really getting excited about the whole thing. Did some research. I found the palace was open at the time, a man named Julian. September 9, 2009. I found the theater. It appears to be closed for business, which is strange. So I'm going to find a way inside and see if there's anything that can tell me some more. Yeah, I made it inside. The place is dark and musty and stale. Huh? Wait, what's that? I see a concession stand and a fresh box of popcorn. Ticket waiting for me? Yeah, it sounds like one of the theaters is in use. I didn't think anyone was in here, but you know, I can see a flicker of light coming through one of those theater doors. All right, I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna try to get in there and see what's going on. Well, there's a movie playing. Wait, I think there's somebody here. Hello? God, what is that? It's all around me. This isn't supposed to be real.
Good evening, moviegoers. I am your usher, and I would like to invite you to a special presentation at the Universal Palace Theater. Let me usher you into an experience you will never, ever forget. The feature presentation begins on the 25th day of September and is for a limited engagement. You won't want to miss it. Tickets, please.
So guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the artifact reveal for the 78,000 subscribers. Thank you guys again for all subscribing, you know, joining the family and everything. Like, it truly does mean a lot. I love our weird little strange family that we have. But so we have a different artifact for 80,000. I wanted to kind of switch it up with this one because no one's really ever seen this artifact and done an in-depth dive into it. On that note, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button. If you have not already, hit the subscribe button and join the family.
I love the family.
Because I'm going to keep you up to date on all things Halloween Horror Nights and Universal Studios around the country. I love you all, and I'll see you all again in tomorrow's video.
Oh, someone's working hard on their